Do you watch Bill Burr? I was just watching him. I love Bill Burr. Sometimes I have to be in the right mood for Bill Burr. But Bill Burr is probably my wife's favorite comedian. And I think he's hilarious. I think he's really funny. He's a little, I mean, the guy's abrasive, so sometimes he's a little hard to take, and sometimes I listen to him and I go, oh, holy crap. But we've gone to see him live a couple times. He performs at a small club in LA called Largo, where a lot of comics play. We've seen Patton Oswalt there a couple times. We've seen sometimes Louis C.K. performs there when he's not busy masturbating. And we have seen him there. Tim Mills says, always. You are always here, aren't you, Tim? I love it. What I wonder about awesome viewers like you, Tim, and honestly, there aren't many viewers like you, Tim. There are some who are always here. But what I wonder is, do you work? But how can you always be here? It's amazing. It's amazing that you're always here, but I just wonder. Oh, really, Tim? You worked 11 years, but your kidneys failed, and now you're on disability? Oh, holy shit, man. God, that's awful. I'm so sorry. Man. What does that mean? Does that mean you're on dialysis? I got a couple relatives who've been on dialysis, but is that what that means? Man, that is a bummer. I feel for you, Tim. Jeez. You know, everybody's got their stuff that they deal with, but that seems worse than usual. That seems like that just seems worse than the norm. My issues, yeah, you're on a transplant list. Man. Okay, my brother. Jeez, man, I'm sorry to hear it. Everybody's got their stuff that they deal with. Everybody's got physical stuff, and I'm sure that everybody on here has something. I feel very lucky that the only issues that I have are with the whole lower half of my body. I had a hip replacement. I have my ankle went out. I had ankle surgery. I had my knee has gone out. My lower extremities. I don't walk well. And just pain in the legs. But besides that, luckily doing okay. But yeah, as Rebusu says, I hope you're not on that list for long. And nobody wants to have surgery, but I'm sure you want to have that surgery, and you want to have it sooner than later. Tim says, I have dialysis 3 times a week. The kidney failure was caused by a stroke. Holy crap, man. Can I ask how old you are, Tim? You're 37. Not fair, Tim. 37 is how old I was when I had a hip replacement. I was 29 when my hip went bad. But 37, so you had a stroke before that. Well, listen, man, I am just glad that you are, up and about, and because I know a stroke can be fatal and awful. I'm just glad that you made it through that. Man, you just never know. You never know what other people deal with, and life is so uncertain, isn't it? I'm sure we all have stories. I'm sure we all know. I'm sure we've all lost people. One of my best friends in the entire world, Dave, he had a roommate who just fell over and died of an aortic aneurysm when he was in his, I guess, early 30s. Just one day, just got out of the shower and just fell over and went like that. Another friend of mine who used to be with the Groundlings had a brain tumor out of nowhere and thought it was a stroke, and yeah, dealt with that for about a year and then died. You just never know. Life is so uncertain. I don't mean for this to be a downer, but it's It's technically still the middle of the night for me, so I can talk about serious stuff. So Tim, your job was graveyard shifts. You were used to being up all night. What were you doing on the graveyard shift? Were you in security? I'm trying to think, what's graveyard shift? Either security or something having to do with telecommunications. What else would you work overnight? Some sort of retail that's open overnight? I've never worked a graveyard shift. Tim Mills says, I work with Avid ID Systems microchip company. We microchip Buddy. Yeah, the Buddy dog, he was microchipped. He absolutely was microchipped. Tim Mills says, if too much fluid is removed during dialysis, your blood pressure drops and you pass out. Oh my gosh. I still can't stand up and quickly walk. I have to wait for the room to stop spinning. Hey man, I know that dialysis is a bummer because my cousin was on dialysis for years. I know that is a bummer. Charlie's favorite thing is he loves to be chased. I mean, that kid would just be chased or would chase me or Kim all day long if he could. Like, after a while we have to just stop him and try to convince him to do something else and play with other things, but he loves to just run and be chased. And yeah, and even with the bad knee, I have to do it. You gotta run after your kid. That's what we did actually in this commercial. For those of you who don't know, we as a family shot a commercial recently for a credit card company, and which is so awesome. We all auditioned together and we got this big commercial, which is so incredibly great. And we are really thankful for that. But what they had us do is that we were in a natural history museum, and our 2.5-year-old Charlie, he is supposed to go under the velvet rope and run right into the display of these buffalo. And we're actually shooting in a real museum. And I'm supposed to then jump over with this knee, jump over the the rope, and run after him and catch him right before he gets to the buffalo. And we did 20 takes, something like that. We probably did 20 takes, maybe even a little more, from multiple angles. There were 4 angles. Yeah, I had to take some leave that day. I had to take some stuff. But we did it, and it was fun. We all have our stuff. Tim Knowles says the food restriction is terrible. By the way, my son's making noise at 5:34 a.m. I can hear him on the baby monitor app. But he'll be okay for a while. I don't need to get him for a while. He's going to wake up slowly, hopefully, unless he just starts crying. Tim says the food restriction is terrible. No chocolate, dairy, some fruits, nuts, potatoes, tomatoes. Well, now I feel bad for eating M&Ms on camera when watching the bad movies live. We're just going to listen to the sounds of my son every once in a while. Wow, Tim, you're even limited in how much plain water you can drink, and water is the best thing for you. But I guess it makes sense. I'm going to drink some water. That's for you, Tim. I'm drinking water for you. Tim says it was my type 1 diabetes that started this whole health crisis. I've had diabetes 21 years, and that ultimately led to the kidney failure. Shit. And you're only 37, and you've had it 21 years. Miles, my friend Miles has diabetes. Yeah, so that's something you got in common with Miles. Hey, what happened to the stream? That's weird. I think we, interesting. We lost the stream. I don't know if, I guess there's something going on with my Wi-Fi or something, but hopefully it doesn't do that. Tim says, so Miles and I have something in common. Cool, I can't marry anyone though. Hey, you could. As Phrase says, Google Universal Life Church, and you can marry someone. I think it costs about $100 to go through their process or whatever. I think that's what Miles did, because we paid for it. Those robots I love how you got on someone else's stream when we rated Mike. I think it was Mike last night. And you made a reference to robots, and it confused him. Mike Sai. That was cool. I like Mike Sai's stream. Like, that was, you know, everybody wants to be able to have the ability to cook better. That's why I was really hoping that my cooking show would go. But it didn't. It didn't go. I had fun with it, though. So let's see. I have to open up my audio hijack to actually make it so that you can hear this thing. Let me switch this over. Okay, hold on. I know I'm not doing this the way that most people do it. You're just basically looking at part of my desktop. But I'll play a little clip for you.
Basil, I'm going to have you back here reducing this balsamic.
You're nothing. You understand that you are nothing. I put this stuff in here. I boil it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go on in, honey. Wow, it's hot over here.
It's called a stove, Greg.
Stirb?
A stove.
Strobe?
Gotta dance behind
back
me.
there.
What? Nothing.
Okay.
Gotta do
Now
it.
what do we do here, boss?
Add a basil.
Boink.
Add a cheese.
A cheese. And then another basil. Okay.
You just keep layering them up like that.
Boink. This is the greatest thing that has ever happened to me. It'd be even better.
Listen,
if my
I don't know about you guys, but honestly, I would watch that show. I don't know about you guys. I would totally watch that show. Tim Knoll says it's probably the only video of yours that I have never seen before. You know, Tim, yeah, I've actually been sharing a number of exclusive videos on Patreon, including this one. But yeah, we had fun shooting this thing. It's what is it? It's about, I think it was about 5 minutes long.
friends come over
Let's see, what is
and
it?
they think
Yeah,
that
it
I've
was-
done something.
It was a 6-minute pilot. Muppets were my childhood go-to show, says Tim. Yeah, me too. I did love the Muppets, absolutely. And Electric Company, says Tom. And Phrase, Electric Company's my jam. I watched all of those. And that was kind of it. I may have watched some Captain Kangaroo, but I don't really remember him, and I don't feel like he had a lasting effect. Tim says, I knew you'd already talked about this, but I can't remember the answer. Will Yeshman be appearing on Twitch in the future? Absolutely. Of course he will. I was always hoping to meet Yeshman at VidCon, but never got the chance. Yeah, Yeshman appeared at VidCon and Comic-Con a few times, and that was fun times. That was good fun times. Tim Knoll says, I heard a mouse. Yeah. Mac and Me might be too recent. Yeah, but Tim, Mac and Me is one of my absolute favorites. I gotta play Mac and Me. We gotta do Mac and Me. Oh, you know what? Mac and Me would be a great one to do with my friend Miles this coming Friday. Because Miles and I have watched Mac and Me together. It's really the only time I've seen it. And we had so much fun. I grew up on Mac and Me, says Tim. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you grew up on Mac and Me. Mac and Me is ridiculous. Oh, have you guys seen, the rest of you, have you seen Mac and Me? The other 9 of you who are on? Mac and Me is hilarious. It is an E.T. ripoff that is so low budget and so terrible and so dumb and so hilarious. Tim says, that's how I learned to whistle from Mac and Me? I don't remember that. I guess we'll find out. Probably this coming Friday. Tim says, speaking of fires, I'm in Lake Elsinore and the holy fire came right up our street. I received an evacuation alert, but luckily our house was fine. Thank goodness. And the holy fire, that was not this year. Was it? Hang on. Holy Fire, when was that? Oh, Holy Fire 2018, yeah. Currently burning in the Cleveland National Forest in Orange and Riverside, California, Riverside counties in California. I just was not familiar with what the names are. In August. Man. Yeah, started in August. Wow, it's currently 94% contained, so it's not even out completely. Wait a minute, are you Craig's brother? Are you Craig's brother? I'm just going to hold this up just in case he starts singing. That's right, Tim. That was a reference to Skip TV.